There we go. All right. Let's place our hands on our heart and take a deep cleansing breath of love and gratitude. Just be so very grateful for this time we get to share together each week for our commitment to reading and implementing and living the teachings of A Course in Miracles, to be that love that we were meant to be, that we came into thought being as. We're completely innocent and whole and perfect, exactly as we are right now in this moment. And so we are interested in dissolving and resolving any and all blocks to love, to seeing the love that we truly are. And we're grateful for the mighty companions, earthly and heavenly helpers, that walk with us and talk with us and lead us and guide us each and every day. We ask that they join us now, surrounding and supporting all those who are here, all who will listen later, and blessing our conversation, that it may be a healing, restorative, learning time for all of us. We're grateful to share that and the blessings that we receive, the blessings that we are, and the love that we are with everyone, because we're one with them. In grace and gratitude, we let it be. And so it is. Amen. So, yes, we are in the third of the, oh my gosh, you'll have to forgive me. I only had like 4 hours of sleep, so my brain is not fully functioning. Clarification of terms, that's what I was looking for. So the third clarification of term is forgiveness and the face of Christ. And I think I'm going to start us with 4. Yeah. 4 and then a little bit of 5. The face of Christ has to be seen before the memory of God can return. The reason is obvious. Seeing the face of Christ involves perception. No one can look on knowledge, but the face of Christ is the great symbol of forgiveness. It is salvation. It is the symbol of the real world. Whoever looks upon this no longer sees the world. He is as near to heaven as is possible outside the gate. Yet from this gate, it is no more than just a step inside. It is the final step. And this we leave to God. And then just the very beginning and the very end of the next paragraph. Forgiveness is the bridge to heaven. So the first 2 words and the last 4 words, I mean, that really sums it up. Forgiveness is the bridge to heaven. And seeing the face of Christ is how we recognize and remember God. So, yeah, I thought it was really helpful to have those kind of as definitions of what forgiveness is and what it really means to see the face of Christ in ourselves and all of our brothers and sisters, and just recognize that oneness and the innocence that everyone truly is. So that's where I'm starting us off. Anybody else have anything that they would like to share from the reading?
I'll share.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Yeah, I wish Jesus would have included a picture. Like, this is the face of Christ, so that we would have an image we could put on everybody's face when we're looking at them. Just a funny thought I had. So I've been practicing seeing the face of Christ on people when I look at them, just kind of like blur their features and just kind of see light. And it is still perception. It's still in the perceptual world, but you can feel it's a bridge to God and heaven. And I'm starting to refer not to my, I'm trying to refer to like my body feels tired today, or my arm, or the arm, or my body, and like try not to identify so much with it. Oh, the body is tired, not my body, or whatever. Just try to separate a little bit. And then on my Facebook page, I took off my face and put an image of an angel. You can see my face behind it because it's a picture I took in the computer. But it's taken away my face and put, it looks like Jesus or a waterfall or an angel or something. This is perfect. I'm just going to keep it on there. Just can't really see Kathleen anymore. I just really love this whole thing. We're so close to disidentifying with our body, like in the food group, disidentifying with the food and disidentifying, knowing our power and strength comes from God, not from getting a good night's sleep. And energy can just pour into us all day long. It doesn't matter what we ate or how much sleep we got. So just like starting to make all those shifts onto a different way of being in this world, just really been helpful. And all of the lessons lately are about forgiveness, a lot about forgiveness. Anyway, I'm digging it. Thanks.
Thank you, Kathleen. I love that. I have to go look for your picture. I've been reading your posts, but I wasn't really paying attention to your picture, so I'll have to go and look at that later. Anybody else? Go ahead, Robin.
Well, Kathleen, when you were sharing that, it's so familiar, but you know how we hear things and then one day we hear it, just something shifts. You can't even, I'm having a hard time expressing it, but when you said it's not about what you eat or whether you have a good night's sleep, it's about being that Christ. And all of a sudden it was just like, wow. I mean, it was really just taking me to a deeper level, because it's all about, if we can keep our focus on spirit, we'll be directed by eating and we'll be helpful with sleeping. But the first thing is to just keep our eye on the ball, which would be keep our inner eyes on the Christ to see each other. So I got a lot out of that, guys. It's my insight. You don't have to get it, but it was really really neat. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Robin. I love, just keep your eyes on the ball. Maybe we should just put a ball right here. So all we're seeing is the ball of everybody. And then we could cross our eyes and look at our own ball at the tip of our nose. But I love that thought. Really cool. Mary Lee.
Well, I was just thinking earlier this morning when I reread this, and then again now with some of the comments and so forth, how I can believe that forgiveness is good, because I can think of situations through my whole life where I might feel unrest for some reason inside toward someone, or feel that someone that wasn't right. They shouldn't treat me that way, or who knows what. I'm talking about accumulation of many, many times that we can have that feeling towards someone, and it kind of feels like you're off balance a little bit. And all of a sudden, if it comes to you, I am simply going to forgive that person. It just kind of like, it might have taken all day, it might have taken all week, who knows, but I'm just going to forgive that person for whatever infringement that I interpret that they may have given me. And what a load that lifts right away. If I think, well, Mary Lee, you could have done this differently, or, forgive yourself too. You didn't really mean to do anything against or cause a disruption or whatever we might blame ourselves for in the course of living each day. It seems like we're given daily opportunities to just be made mindful. In this case, with our chapter of the face of Christ and forgiveness, just because when I feel that, and you know, sometimes I actively say it, sometimes I have reverted to the way as a child in the faith that we were taught, to actually either call the person and tell them, or if that doesn't seem quite right then and there to do that, I'll get on my knees by my bed and just, I forgive you. I don't really think that, I forgive you, and just, I know that changes the way that then I interact with them the next time I see them, because I don't hold that kind of icky perception within me that they owed me something different. So the concept of forgiveness and the living out of it seems to be like that is a daily thing.
Yeah, thank you, Mary Lee. Thank you for all of that too, because when you were sharing that, I was thinking to myself, yeah, right now I'm judging my body for not sleeping well last night, because Tuesdays are my busiest day of the week. And it's that judgment that is making me tired. It is that judgment that is making me feel like I'm not in my right, centered, aligned, grounded self. So thank you for that. Profoundly healing. Catherine, and then Leslie.
Yeah, yeah. I've been working on this quite a bit myself. I love that all these lessons are about forgiveness, because we're working on that in the silent meditation on Thursdays. Just keep forgiving, just keep doing the work, and I do think that that's what we're here to do. And one of the forgiveness things I read this week was, there is nothing to forgive once I see clearly. Nothing. And I wrote that down and underlined it, highlighted it, because I keep forgetting that one. And that the other thing I notice, and that one of the things I'm working on, is I am doing a lot of my prayer and meditation work on forgiving what I think I see. Because that's where we get all sideways. I think this person has done this to me, or I think this situation, like I'm surrounded. I've just had one person after another die. I have had 6 deaths now, you guys. And I'm going, what is going on here? Why is all this around me? And I can hear in my head saying, for you to see differently. You to see differently. So, okay. And yet I can identify with this sense of, I do feel fatigued. I do feel tired. So I thought, okay, the thing for me to do is go ahead and honor that this physical flesh body I'm in needs to rest. Maybe that is how some of this healing occurs in that. And I love this clarification of terms, because I had not thought about seeing it's the face of Christ. They talk about seeing the light, and I guess those two things go together. The light is the face of Christ, and just the things you don't think about. Because I just went, I know I'm on the right path right now. That this forgiveness work is very critical, because our subconscious is at work all the time. So when I'm feeling bad or sad or upset, I just take a moment. Oh my goodness, what is underneath all this? And I finally decided I don't have to know. I am working on showing up fully, totally, completely willing to forgive whatever guilt still lies there, whatever pain still lies there. Let me just totally hand it over. Hand it over. Let spirit somehow fill me with some sense of well, maybe when the fatigue leaves, I will know that, oh, now, okay, I got it. Thank you. I've done my work. I've done my work. And maybe I don't want to call it work, but is all I know to do is to be in this place of allowing forgiveness to do its work. So that's kind of what I noticed out of this. And I love the shares because it helps me see this a little bit differently too. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you, Kathleen. Thank you for all of that. Leslie, and then Nancy Gale, and then Kathleen.
Sorry, the sun was in my eyes. Thank you, everybody. Good morning. Good to see you all. I wanted to just thank you for all of your shares too. I really like paragraph 4. The face of Christ has to be seen before the memory of God can return. The reason is obvious. Seeing the face of Christ involves perception. No one can look on knowledge, but the face of Christ is the great symbol of forgiveness. It is salvation. It is a symbol of the real world. Whoever looks on this no longer sees the world. He is as near to heaven as is possible outside the gate. Yet from this gate, it is no more than just a step inside. It is the final step. And this we leave to God. I just love that last sentence. And this we leave to God. We only need a little bit of willingness, and that's it. That's it. So yeah, I don't really have too much to comment on. The reason I originally raised my hand was when we were talking about the body and being tired and everything. I was just curious if anybody had signed up for Jennifer's body. Okay, me too. Just one. Okay, awesome. Good. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I mean, it was like all the different teachers she had. It was just like check. I just loved. I think I recognized them all except maybe one or two. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great series. I'm really looking forward to it because I know in my heart I am a spirit and not a body, and yet to think of the body with the mind. I just need help, especially anytime I have pain. I have a headache or my wrist hurt, or pain is just and pain is a great reminder that it feels like we have a body. So I was just curious if I was going to know anybody in the group, and it looks like I will. So that's awesome. Great. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, Leslie. And a lot of our own community members are teaching in that. Sarah Shearer.
Lena was.
Yeah, Elena and Sarah Shearer, or not Elena, Lana.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lana and Sarah Shearer, who I do the food freedom group with on Tuesday mornings every other week, and Araba. So,
great.
people from our own community that have overcome amazing odds. And yeah, so it's cool to see, them in the lineup with Bill Free and Lisa Natoli, and it's pretty cool.
And Linda, I just want to give a shout out to you too for, you started with us all, and look at you leading this group too. So that's awesome. We're all one. We're all doing this together. It's
absolutely
great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see how I can mute myself here.
I can do it if you can't.
Okay.
Honey.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. Nancy Gale, and then Kathleen.
Good morning. I finally got on. Sorry it took me so long to get connected today. I just have one thing that I wanted to say. What comes to mind lately, I don't remember who said it, it's just a short idea that we are still in heaven. Okay, we call it we're the real world, but we're living in the dream world, and where all this stuff comes up and everything. And it's the thing, the phrase said, sorry, the chemo brain fog is like taking hold massively. So just give me, if I take a pause between, I'm trying to think of anyway, just forgive me for this. Anyway, for creating this dream. Anyway, okay, the idea was that we have to operate in this world. And we do that remembering, at the same time, remembering the truth of where we really are. Just be in the world, do what we have to do, et cetera, but always remember with that thought in mind that this is an illusion where we have to operate. But we always have this, but remembering the truth while we're doing that. And that's all I have to say. That has been so helpful to me. So not to keep going over and over again. It's like, oh, I'm here. This is what I need to do, or what Spirit has told me to do here. And remembering that, just remembering that. And it's been so helpful for me to remember that. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Nancy Gale. Beautifully said. Go ahead, Kathleen.
Thanks, Nancy Gale. I think that, I've been listening to you for a few years now. I think you're getting calmer and clearer all the time. So maybe the chemo brain is affecting you, but I don't really see it. And Catherine, when you were talking about needing rest, I started getting images of a little kid like in a hammock. And then that song about baby's boat, a silver moon, and this child in a boat going off to the moon. Like I really got this inside kid needing to go off into a fantasy, sweet fantasy. So maybe we can all do that, sing that song together. Oh, just back to the food thing. When Ram and I were in our 20s and we were married and we moved to Eugene, we decided to go to this couples workshop because we were a new couple. And so we went to this couples workshop, and this guy was really cool. I don't remember much about the workshop, except that he served us lunch and he had this chicken with skin on it. And he's just like slurping down the chicken skin. And I'm thinking, or he's saying or something, wow, that's not really good for your cholesterol or something like that. He's the first one that said to me, our energy comes from God. It does not matter what we put in our mouths. So it was really cool. That's where I first heard it. I never forgot it. But, I try to eat really well, but I really appreciated that. And then I just wanted to say that Robert, Perry, and Emily are also starting a training program to train healers. And Robert, they just did a workshop, a listing all the way through the course where Jesus says how holy it is to be a healer. And Robert's concern is that people in the community are now thinking, I don't have to do anything but what's in my mind. All healing happens in my mind. And yet Jesus over and over says, go out and heal people. So very interesting that these two things are happening at once. Jennifer's thing about the body and the Circle of Atonement actually wanting to train healers. And, I think I've posted before about the basic way of healing, but I'm taking that one too. So I'm really curious to how to combine the two, how to really like walk up to someone and say, are you willing to have a healing, and just do the thing in my mind and see what happens. So I'm excited about both of them.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear your adventure in that one, Kathleen. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's what the whole My Purpose prayer is all about. I am healed as I let him teach me to heal. It couldn't be any clearer than that, right? So cool. And I feel like everybody's method of healing others, that, really there is no other, is a little bit different, So Leslie's way of healing is working in a law office and holding that bright space that she is, Kathleen's, yours is like going to drum circles and dancing. And I mean, you just have so many beautiful ways that you heal the people around you just by being who you are. Going to the Costco and eating a damn hot dog, you know, it's just, it's so fun to, you know, Nancy gal having these chemo treatments. Every single person that comes into that center where she's having those treatments is receiving a healing from her, you know? So I'm blown away by all of y'all, because I know that what we do here 1 hour for, you know, each week is expanding out into the world, that love and that healing. And it's so inspiring to me. So thank you all.
You know what's really nice? It's like when we actually get like sort of like, I guess you say, feedback from people who verbally say it, but or you have a conversation with us, or you listening to how what the people are doing or saying, or observing what they're doing or saying that's different, or what they say is different.
Yes.
And you're noticing that, and that just feels so good that
Yeah.
it's like that's the what do you call it, validation that this is working. And you know, it's really so cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's our expanding our awareness of the miracles, which are happening everywhere all the time, if we're willing to see it. Grace.
Hi, thanks, Linda. Yeah, thanks everybody for all that you do and for coming here, because as you heal, I heal. And I have been listening quite a lot to Nuke Sanchez and her partner. I don't know if you know about her. She feels to me like she's really ahead of the game. They're very advanced, and they're so loving and giving. Everything on their website is free. And when they've done a course, they just post all the replays so you can listen to them. And one of the people that Nuke Sanchez works with constantly, she does the morning recordings of the Course in Miracles work lesson for the day, is Corinne Walson. And Corinne Walson was raised in the science of mind. And it's quite phenomenal to hear her talk about, well, they were raised, they never went to the doctors. If they ever had a belief in their minds that they had a problem with their health, and emphasis on belief of, a belief in a problem, they just handed it over to the Holy Spirit. And those guys were never sick. They never went to the doctors. It's just phenomenal to hear that. And so Corinne Walson does healings over the telephone, and she was saying, if people phone her and they have a child who's sick, sometimes she'll say, oh, put him on the phone, and she'll say to the child, God has just sent you a personal healing, and you're fine now. And that kid will just get up and go out to play. It just blows my mind. It's sort of opening my mind to the possibilities that we have in the power of our mind. And basically, healings are done on the basis that we are just spirit. That's it, finished. And if we're connected to spirit every time we can during the day, just to be conscious all the time that I am spirit, Holy Spirit, what shall I do now? How shall I handle this situation? And then wait and just listen. Don't do anything. And I've found that's been really good for me. When I have a situation I don't know how to deal with, just wait and listen. Because it might not come straight away, but when the answer comes, it's usually such a time saver for us. And so it's that awareness that we are spirit and do everything from the place of spirit. And it happened to me the other day. I forgot to check in with spirit. I thought I'm always checked in with spirit. And I got this idea. Go to this store now and get these 2 things that you need. And it was like 5 o'clock, but they were open till 7. So I raced off to this store, got there, and they don't even sell in this store the size I need. They don't even sell it. And I thought, well, what a blooming waste of time that was. And then I thought, you know what? I didn't check in with Spirit. I really didn't. Should I go to the store? Should I? And when I do, I notice what a time saver it is. And it happened to me again. I went to Macy's the other day to get something that I only get at Macy's. Yeah, and I didn't check in. And yeah, the girl at the clinic counter was off sick. And so I keep getting these little hints that I could save a lot of time if I just listened more carefully to who I really am, to the Spirit in me, to the mind of God. But if any of you are interested, nukesanchez.com, she has a whole website. I think it's referred to as Take Me to Teachables, Take Me to Truth, I think it's called. Everything is free. And this connection of this one class is called ACIM meets Science of Mind. And ACIM is so similar to Science of Mind. It's fantastic, but then it takes you to a different way of explaining things that the Course in Miracles explains. And perhaps I sometimes need to hear things in different ways before the penny drops. And that really gave me more of a feeling of the power that I hold in my mind every moment of the day, as long as I am properly connected. And I've noticed, yeah, I drop that connection sometimes, and it's a bit of a waste of time very often. I do the wrong thing and the person I want isn't there. So if you're interested, I do recommend it. They unpack the morning lessons in a fantastic way that I'm enjoying the morning workbook lessons more than I ever have when I've read them on my own or listened to somebody else read them, because they're cracking up half the time, you know, and it just makes it very light. But they also unpack practically every single word. What does Spirit mean by that? So anyway, just a strong recommendation for you. And thanks for listening. And yes, I have noticed we're all becoming brighter. And Nancy Gale, you're like the pin-up girl for that. I agree with Kathleen. You're just blooming.
Yeah, thank you, Grace. Maybe I'll post, like this year I've been posting the Pathways of Light insights for the lessons. Maybe I'll look up Nook Sanchez and do hers next year and post the link on our.
Yeah, thanks, Linda. I do read your Pathways of Light every morning as well. I love that.
Yeah, I do too. But I feel like it's good to have other points of view and other insights. So yeah, I'll look her up. I recognize her because I know Jennifer has had her in her Living A Course in Miracles series before. And so I'm familiar with her, but yeah, thank you. You're muted if you're talking to us, my friend.
Yeah, I just posted her address on. Actually, I shouldn't have left a space between Nook and Sanchez. But yeah, Jennifer had her on, and Nook Sanchez has had a lot of different experiences in her lifetime, you know, which I can identify with. And what's the most amazing about her, which really blew my mind, listened to her podcasts on her classes on what Jesus says about sex, and that blew my mind. Mm-hmm. It's not saying don't have sex, but it's teaching me how I look at another person or how I relate to men. Not to relate to their body, it's disrespectful to them and to me, but to relate to the spirit. And that really pulled me up short, because yeah, you know, sometimes you do relate to the opposite sex in that way.
Mhm.
And then even same sex, of course. Yeah, but there's lots of new stuff in there that really pushed me forward.
Yeah, thank you, Grace. Nancy Gale and Linda Kay, I will add you to our WhatsApp group. I thought you were already in there, but I will add you, so you'll see that every morning.
That's what I wanted to say. What actually what you guys just said was what actually I was going to say. I appreciate that you put the reading of the lesson for the day,
Yeah, thank you.
and it's like, because that's another perspective, another way of approaching it, and it's like so helpful. And that's why I signed up for this group. It's like the Living A Course in Miracles that, you know, originally she did years ago, that she had all like what 8 or 9 different speakers in a series, and then she was one of them. But the conversation, when they were on the phone, in the conversations with those people, and that's the same idea, I think, of having a different people, all different teachers, because they each contribute from a slightly, maybe just a slightly different perspective, but it's all teaching and learning. And then, like, it's like, as a teacher, well, I guess if you're a good teacher, I'm making this is a judgment thing, that good teachers will, knowing that people learn different ways, they will teach, say, a principle or a topic or something, they will express it several different times in different ways, hoping that, or believing that, each student will get it. If she says the same thing in different ways, there's people that learn, hear something and then get it. There's other people that have to see it like like visual, also see it as a visual thing, and then the written word, it's like seeing there's different ways of learning. And I think Jennifer knows that. And so we'll express an idea in several different ways. Like, it sounds like you're repeating the thing, which you are, but it's different people, different students, or just any people, regular people that aren't students anymore. This is a brain. They will get it. If you say it one way and they leave it there, you're going to lose. Some people aren't going to get it. I guess so. Now you get it. But anyway, that's why I signed up for this, because I thought, and I know some of the teachers, not a whole lot of them, but I know some of them, and that's why I decided to do that. So, anyways, I'm done. I pass.
Thanks, Nancy Gale. Yeah, I think we all hear things a little differently each time we hear it, whether it's from the same student, the same teacher, or not. So
Yeah, and that's what's the beauty of this group.
absolutely.
We ask questions. We have different questions or nuances or something. It's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Nancy Gale. Anybody else like to share anything?
I had one more thing. You know how I was a driver, and it's like, you know, on the road, people crossing street and lights. And so when I have the little kids, I would have to cross the street on a crosswalk, and I like teach them, stop, look. You look both ways, maybe twice, 2 or 3 times. Listen, you can hear cars coming. And then, so I said, oh, it's like, it's like, in this, it's like, I said, I can apply this. Why did it take me so long? Stop, look, listen, stop, look at, in my mind, what am I thinking? Look at my thoughts, listen, you know, ask spirit to help, and then listen for whatever the answers are, the nudges or something to do, whatever to do. And then respond instead of reacting.
Yeah.
And I came up with that like a week ago. So anyways, anyway, done.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and I'll have to look at Janet Weisman, because I'm not familiar with her. Yeah, go ahead, Kathleen.
And she is, I don't know if how many of you are in miracle groups, but she's one of my miracle group facilitators.
Oh, okay.
You must know Jennifer. And
Yeah.
she's in Florida and she does groups, Course in Miracles groups over there on the other side of the state. And then she does this every morning. She's been doing it for years. So yeah, she's got a pretty good perspective. But I'd like to try Marianne Williamson or Nuke Sanchez, just go to different people.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. Yesterday I was listening to Gary Zukoff and his deceased partner, Linda Francis, and listening to them talk. Well, they talk about Seed of the Soul, but it's Course in Miracles Teachings 101, basically. Taking your, being authentic in your power. And I love listening to different perspectives, and it just feels like the truth is ringing through even clearer when I hear things in different ways, like we were talking about.
I just read the last paragraph. I don't know if it's different in the purple
Yeah,
book.
please. Yeah, go for it.
This is the purpose of the face of Christ. It is the gift of God to save his son. But look on this and you have been forgiven. How lovely does the world become in just that single instant when you see the truth about yourself reflected there. Now you are sinless, and behold your sinlessness. Now you are holy and perceive it so. And now the mind returns to its creator, the joining of the Father and the Son, the unity of unities that stands behind all joinings, but beyond them all. God is not seen, but only understood. The Son is not attacked, but recognized. That's nice to hear it out loud.
Yeah, it was so comforting when I read that.
So comforting. Yeah, it's really nice.
Does anybody ever, what I do lately is substitute the word innocence for sinless. Does that make sense to anybody?
Yeah,
It's the same thing,
absolutely.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
and honestly, because words are but symbols of symbols. Whatever word you want that speaks to you,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would have a problem with it. But yeah, thank you for sharing that you use the innocence instead of sinlessness. Robin, and then Mary Lee.
Just quickly, I'll say that there is a sentence or two in the course that says there's a lot of repetition, and it's because you need it.
Yeah.
And I think that just like my example, when Kathleen was sharing her idea, I had the same thing, but I worded it differently. And I think the book does it all the time, and we all do it. And it's a way to help get everybody in, it's just, so the thought of, or coming to the recognition that repeating is really a good thing. It's a helpful thing. It helps us get it. And to see that as a positive way, and a positive attitude, instead of, oh, this is the same old thing,
Right. Yeah.
It's the same old thing because you need it.
We need it drilled directly into our brain.
And anyway, Robin, the ego keeps repeating itself, so we've got to counteract that.
Exactly. Mary Lee. Thank you, Robin.
My thought as I was looking at the different names that different ones have written in, I was first introduced to Course in Miracles 30 years ago, maybe more, a long time ago, and mainly introduced through Marianne Williamson. And I thought it's been interesting, and I have not heard a lot of commentary about the fact that she is running for president. But I guess it's really difficult to imagine someone that strives, as we are, to see more of the light. And just imagining that voice versus some of the voices that we hear that sound dark to me. I heard some, I can't even actually recall right off who, some men were joking about her. It was some news thing that came on, you know, lots of commentaries about everything. And they made sort of a joke about seeing things in a different light. And I thought, it's you can't help but wish that that voice, whatever is accomplished by her taking part in it, I still think it's a brave, bold step on her behalf, you know, because of the joking and conflict of other voices that are, they don't know much of anything that she stands for, but they're uneasy enough to make fun of it. And it just, I can't help but think, wouldn't it be a step forward if we actually had someone that strives to follow some of the perceptions or concepts that we study in our weekly group. I just, maybe it's shedding a light. When people are uneasy, they make fun of something. Anybody will do that. You can talk about almost anything, and if people are not at rest with it or don't know anything about it, there are ways to make something light of it. So I think it's a brave step in our world that she has come forward to at least strive to put a little shine on our politics.
Yeah, I agree. Because that can't be easy, having your character attacked like that over and over and over again. And it seems to be the way of society, especially in this country, that anything that we don't understand, we make fun of it or we try to kill it somehow, you know. So even just having her name in the conversation has to be a light that is starting to dawn on people's minds a little bit, even if there's no chance that she would be elected. I feel like the last time that she ran, having her there is what allowed for Kamala Harris to be pulled in. Because I don't feel that a lot of majority of society would have felt comfortable with a Black and Asian woman being vice president before, you know, having somebody like Marianne Williamson just showing up and just being her authentic self. And I don't know, just like opening the minds a little bit so that they could accept something a little different than a 70 or 80-year-old white man, you know?
Yeah, Yeah, that's something I hadn't thought of. And I'm reminded of Mother Teresa's way that she starts a video story about herself and her work, I should say. And she just starts it out, there is a light in this world.
Yes. Yeah, and it lives within each and every one of us. And the more we are willing to claim it and put it out there and not have any sense that we have to defend ourselves because of it. Because I know I have talked to so many spiritual students that that's what brought them to their spiritual seeking and their spiritual practices, is they were told not to. Don't feel, don't be so excited, you know, don't share things that other people aren't seeing. You know, just their way of being in the world was put under a rug for a long time. And so I feel like it's time for everybody to come out from underneath the rug. You know, shake things up. Go ahead, Kathleen, and then Nancy Gal.
Oh, I just wanted to say, if you've got Netflix, be sure to watch season 7 of Queer Eye, because these 5 men that identify as gay, they're in New Orleans, and people nominate people who need help. And so the people that they're helping are people that are helping in New Orleans, trying to start little programs. And there's stunningly powerful, and it always makes me cry. The people that they're helping, they really help them. I mean, they transform their lives over the period of a week. And this season especially is just so moving. They start out with this fraternity house full of 7 young men, and how they work with them. It's just the expressions that people are using today and the clothes that people are wearing. And it's just so up to date. And it's quite amazing, the acceptance of these men as gay. It just there's no resistance to them, at least that with this group of people in New Orleans. So I would just highly recommend it as a real life show that's changing people's the way people think about everything. I mean, they really work on every part of them.
Can you write that out in the chat line, the name again?
There's 7 seasons of Queer Eye. They're all good.
Kathleen, I have to agree with you. Those young men are so loving that people just melt around them.
I love Jonathan Van Ness.
Yes, so do I.
Yeah, he is
especially
so
when he wears dresses.
Yeah.
All the time in this season, all the time. I almost feel nervous for him, and I'm like, wait, don't buy into fear. But, pretty cool guys. I love them all too.
Thank you, Kathleen. Nancy Gale.
I'm on my phone, and it's like, what I was going to say, you guys have basically said it. It's like, just by her being there and running and then saying whatever she said, I don't remember. I do remember seeing her the one time, last time. But for her, it's just like Mary Lee said, she's bold enough to do that, then knowing that she's going to get some kind of feedback or whatever, criticism or, making fun or whatever, by those guys doing that, that's however many or whatever time, that's several more times that people's attention is brought to her or what she said. So it's not really shutting her down or whatever, even just the making fun of. It's like, oh, it draws people's attention to what are they making fun of and why and all that. So that's kind of like spreading it. It's like, that's really a cool thing. I never thought of it like that before.
Yeah, any attention is, or what is it? Any publicity is good publicity, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Making fun of her, they're talking about her,
Right. Okay, yeah.
So it has to be of benefit somehow. We're claiming it for good.
So wouldn't that apply to us too? Every time we stand up and whatever, and then people, whatever their reactions are,
Yes.
if they're talking to other people, that's, if I could look at it like that, all the times I was made fun of and all that kind of stuff, I can look back on it and say, oh, that was a good thing, actually a good thing.
Yeah.
So I can change my mind about that's the miracle, right? Shifting my
Exactly.
mind from this one. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody have any last thing they'd like to share before we close out today? Oh, and I did see Carol Howe, your suggestion, Linda K. Thank you. Meant to mention that. All right. So next week we will be in 4, which is true perception and knowledge of the clarification of terms. True perception, knowledge. And so I am going to read Pathway of Light's insights for today's lesson. Sickness is a defense against the truth. I don't know if I'll get through the whole thing, maybe. Today's lesson makes it clear the extreme length we are willing to go to deceive ourselves into believing that we are a body in a world of separation, where pain and loss and death are real. All this comes from valuing specialness over oneness and God's gifts of all his love given to all. Maintaining a separate identity is the means by which we keep our specialness, and the body is the chief mechanism for making individuality, specialness, real. Because the body is so central to maintaining the sense of reality of individuality, defending this image and our identification with it is top priority. The ego does not hesitate to use sickness as a means of reinforcing this identification. When the body is in pain, it seems to command our full attention. It's difficult to feel peaceful when the pain seems to have all of our attention. This lesson points out that this is a choice, but we deceive ourselves into forgetting that we made the choice so that it seems to happen to us. It surely doesn't seem that we make the choice to get the flu, but this lesson goes to a much deeper level than the surface symptoms. They are just the effect of the decision to value separation / specialness over the love of God. Sickness is just a means of defending our specialness. We made our specialness and will defend it at all costs. Pretty extreme. Here, Jesus is showing the game for what it really is. We now have the opportunity to end the self-deception. We will end it the instant we cease to value specialness more than the love of God. This single change in values will completely reverse our perception of reality. As we value God's love over specialness, a body no longer is the means to make separation real. It becomes a useful instrument which serves as a means to extend love to all of our brothers. No longer used for attack and defense, the body is healthy because it serves a healthy mind that values love and offers it to all. Holy Spirit, guide my thoughts today, that I might see beyond form to the light of love that is everywhere. Help me to recognize false values and let them go so that I can make room for the one magnificent gift that outshines all others, the love of God.
Can I say one thing on it? I read recently, just a few weeks ago, it was in the course system. The only right to what you said, and it's a few seconds ago, you said valuing specialness over
The love of God.
the love of God. And you said, wow, that's really whatever. That's it. Because it's like, why does everybody want to be the best at such and such and such and such? They want to be better than everybody else because they want to be the best at that thing. And my thing was, I always wanted to be number one, like in my husband's life. I wanted to be number one in someone's life. special, that special in someone's life, because I didn't know anything about God and all that kind of stuff, right? But that's what I wanted. Of course, you know, I might get there sort of and then be disappointed, you know, and all that kind of stuff. But that's the whole thing. It's like, because the love of God is the same for every one of us so-called individual people. And we hate that. It's like, I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to be, even if it's only, I want to be more special than somebody. And of course, that's the ego. That's that ego mentality. So we've got that mentality, and it's like, if I accept that I am God's son, part of God's son, it's like that which is one. Then I'm exactly, I have the same everything as everybody else. But then I'm just adding to this now, that being that all that is love, there won't be any negative and all that crime and all that kind of stuff. But that would seem, then when people say, well, isn't that going to be boring because it's all the same? But that's the whole what do you call it, dichotomy, or that's the whole crux of the whole thing.
Yeah,
I think it makes sense, doesn't it?
it does. It does make sense.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
putting it together.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week. Have a good week. Much
Thank
love.
you. Love you. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Love you all.
Mhm.